Hey guys, welcome to my channel, Exam Tricks and Tips. If you're confused about how to get your cloud certification journey started or not sure about what exam to do next, then you come to the right place. This channel is dedicated to help cloud learners pass cloud certification exams efficiently with flying colors. In today's topic video, we're going to discuss what AWS certification you should go for the next. So let's get started. So this is the AWS certification path. The certifications are categorized in 4 areas: foundational, associate, specialty, and professional. Foundational is the basic certification. Cloud practitioner exam is part of that category. That's the only one. And if you have no IT knowledge, or if you're a student, you're starting your career, you're coming from some other background, I would highly recommend you go for a foundational certificate as your first AWS certification. That will give you a broad understanding of IT solutions, how cloud works, land the concept of cloud computing, also introduce you to various services that AWS has for cloud computing. So that's the first step. The next one, I would recommend to go for one of the associate certificate. There are 3 specialization in that: cloud solution architect, developer, sysops administrator. The most famous is solution architect because that's loved by community who are tech, or as well as on technical management side. Developer is obviously very popular with developers. SysOp administrators tend to be done by professionals who are very much in operations area. But yeah, this is an intermediate level certificate. If you have no cloud exposure, I would say start with cloud practitioner, then go for associate. But if you have some IT experience and some cloud knowledge, and even if you don't have cloud practitioner certification, you can start with associate straight off. But you will need to have some understanding of how cloud computing works, services that are available on AWS and otherwise, in order to kind of be familiar. In terms of type of questions, there is a huge difference between the foundational question and associate level question. There's a big jump. Foundational level question tend to be short, precise, mostly covering one service, trying to understand your knowledge about can you match the use case that is in the question with the service. However, when you get to the associate level, it takes a jump. You basically get a real life scenario involving a problem that needs to be solved and will need more than 2 or 3 services and combination of those to solve that problem. And the options also get very complicated. They're quite wordy, as well as you get sort of similar services in different options. So it becomes very difficult to eliminate. So you really need to know your stuff. You really need to know nuances about difference between different services in order to solve associate level questions. So that's associate for you. From there, there are 2 more categories, as you can see: professional and specialty. They are more or less equal level, and once you have an associate level certificate, whether you have done foundational or not, once you have an associate level certificate, I would say you can go for a professional or a specialty exam from there. In case of professional, there are 2 exams available: solutions architect, which is generally done by anybody who's done an associate solution architect examination. DevOps engineer, I would recommend you do sysops admin first and then DevOps engineer, because it's kind of an operational track. Yeah, and the level becomes obviously much more difficult. The question becomes slightly tougher, but the jump is not as big as the jump from cloud practitioner to solution architect in terms of how it takes off the complexity, the difficult level depth. There is a slight increase, but yeah, professional is tough. Then comes to let's talk about specialty section. Now these are examinations where they are very niche topics: advanced networking, data analytics, databases, machine learning, security. You obviously must have would have um, learned about it in cloud practitioner associate level, but now it goes, to the really depth of those services, and also you kind of get all the subtopics covered in those examinations, and they are really, really, really tough. These topics are tough, and you need to really know your area well, subject well. You need to have depth of the subject. You need to really be able to differentiate one service from another, match the service to the given scenario. So specialty is probably the toughest area, and because there is no precursor to it, because the other examinations in associate level and cloud practitioner, they generally cover all the areas equally. But then when you get to specialty like security or machine learning or data analytics, you're just doing those topics, and it becomes uh, really, really intense. So that's the path. So overall, I would highly recommend you start with foundational if you have cloud exposure or IT experience, or no uh, professional experience working in computer related field. If you have enough, you think you're comfortable, I would say you start with solution architect, associate level, or any of the exams in associate level, and then choose your path. You can do professional and specialty in parallel. Obviously, you'll have to plan these because studying for these examinations take time and effort. So yeah, that's the path I would recommend. The next slide is kind of comparison, just on some point, just to summarize everything again. So I've categorized all the examination in 4 categories, and um, tried to create a matrix of all these examination across various features like number of questions. So number of questions are same, 65 questions across all the exams. There's no change, but within those 65, there are 15 unscored questions, and you won't know which those are. So from your perspective, you have to get every question right in order to, you cannot choose between what is a trial question and what is a real question. Timing wise, as the complexity increases from left to right, the amount of time given to you for the examination increases. Foundational is 90, associate is 120 minutes, professional and specialty exams vary from 170 to 180 minutes. So roughly you get about 1.5 minutes per question at foundation level, roughly 2 minutes for associate, and when you get to professional, just under 3 minutes, about 3 minutes. Cost as well goes in and keeps increasing. Foundational is about $100, associate 150, and professional gets really costly, $300. So you cannot risk those level of examination. You have to be really, really prepared. In fact, for all of the AWS examination, these are proctored exams, and you need to know your stuff. The exam questions are very tough, and they every other week, there are new questions coming up which have not appeared in previous examinations. In terms of passing score, it's hovering about at 70-75%. The whole the exam is basically converted into a scaled score of out of 1,000 points. For passing foundational, it's about 700, which is 70%, 720 for associate, and 750 for professional and specialty. So the bar increases with the complexity and difficulty of the exam. So it becomes very difficult to pass professional and specialty. If you get 1 or 2 questions wrong, that could make a difference between whether you're passing the exam or failing. In terms of years of experience, this is a topic of debate. For foundational, there's no expectation. You can actually go to the exam requirements, and I'll put the links for some of these examinations, one per category in the video description. But if you go through the requirement around, what candidates should appear for this examination. For foundational, there is no expectation. For associate level, it's advisable that you have some IT and cloud computing experience. For professional, 2+ years of experience is expected, and same is with specialty. It's right about there, but it's not hard and fast, and no, there is no prerequisite or there's no checking happening. So if one wants and if he's prepared, he or she is prepared, you can give a professional level exam as a first exam without zero experience. And this is just a theoretical example I'm giving. The point is, this is advisory. There is no check, or nobody's going to stop you if you're ready. But it does make sense if you're doing a level of professional or specialty exam. You're not just going to come blank without any experience or exposure to cloud computing. So that's exams in overview in a nutshell. I hope this has helped you. If you have any questions around this, I'm more than happy to do another video covering those questions. So please let me know what do you think about this video, and if you have any questions and what videos you would like to do on AWS examinations in future. So yeah, thanks for watching, and please subscribe to my channel. This is my channel handle, and I'll see you in next video. Thank you.